This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to A Funny Feeling Podcast. I'm Betsy Sidaro.
And I'm Marcy Jarrow. This is a podcast where comedians tell us their paranormal experiences, and we listen to yours as well.
Oh, yeah. And if you have one of these paranormal experiences that you want to share with us, please email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Now get cozy.
And prepare yourself to be scared silly.
This is a Funny Feeling podcast.
Woo! Or should we say boo? Boo.
I mean, I guess we're in May now, so it's officially
almost
spooky
halfway
season.
halfway to Halloween. I was like two or 3 weeks ago, I was hanging out with Kristen Rosansky, who's been on our program. And we both were just like, I am so excited for Halloween.
Always.
I can't fucking wait.
It's always a good time.
It's always a great time.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Have you seen any good scary movies lately? That's your deal. You see scary movies.
That is my deal. I feel I talked about... I saw First Omen, loved it.
Yeah.
I saw Immaculate. I loved that one. I saw Abigail.
Oh, I want to see that. Yeah. Was it good?
A bummer that they tell you what's up in the trailer.
Oh, because it would be a fun discovery.
And it was supposed to be. It was clearly, because it's like a big chunk until it's...
So if you haven't seen the trailer for Abigail, don't see it.
Don't see it. Go see the movie. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, okay.
That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Mono has not. And I was like, go see it. And I'm curious to see what you think without seeing the trailer.
Maybe the trailer is more the more exciting project then.
Maybe.
I guess they were like, we don't know how to market this.
I guess not, but it's like, I bet the filmmakers are kind of bummed.
Yeah.
Because whatever. Let's not talk about it in case
we're not going to ruin it.
No, we're
not going to do to you guys what they did to Betsy.
To us, man. Last night, Mark Rennie, who's also been on the program, we watched a really wild movie called Brain Damage.
Brain Damage?
Yes.
What's that about?
About this like little worm creature thing who has been around for centuries, apparently, and like sticks this thing in your brain, and it's like kind of like a drug that where you feel really good and powerful and stuff, but this little worm thing that also kind of looks like a little dookie and has eyes and a mouth and talks like Dean Martin, who's like, hey, what are we doing tonight? It's so strange. He, in order to keep living, this little worm poopy thingy has to eat human brains.
And what year was this? Around about?
The 80s.
Okay.
If you could believe it.
That I can. That I can believe that kind of movie would exist in the 80s. That's fun.
Yes. Yeah.
Was it fun?
Yeah, it's really fun. It's wild. But, and then, I'm trying to think. Nothing spooky.
No. Yeah, nothing spooky right now.
Has been happening.
I feel like a huge relief once, I feel like there was a bunch of chaos post-eclipse, and then, like, it's finally fizzled off.
Yeah.
But you know me, I'm always blaming something on astrology.
Astrology, man.
It'll get you.
Something's always happening in the sky.
Now,
you know?
I have started watching The Jinx season 2.
Yes. Okay, I'm stoked. I want to rewatch the first one and then go into it.
Yeah, the first episode essentially is recapping the original series, but it's still like fun if you don't remember everything.
Yeah, dude. Fun.
The premise is this Robert Durst cannot stop talking. He cannot stop talking. He cannot stop himself from doing interviews, from talking to cops, from talking to anyone. And like, he must think, I'm smarter than them. They'll never figure this out. And
I
he's
think that's
so wrong.
I think that's it, man. Is he thinks like, don't worry, I'm smarter than everybody.
Yeah.
I eat that classic sociopath narcissist. Like, no, don't worry, I'm smarter than anyone. These guys aren't even gonna get it. And then it's like, dude,
I think it is like one of
busted, man.
the like trickiest things for people born into extreme wealth, or you know, because he like owned so much of Manhattan, is that he must believe the reason I have all this and other people don't is because I'm better, and that's not true. And so they really don't know what the rest of the world is working with. So
that's exactly it.
Yeah, they just don't know what they're up against because they've never had to like actually fight it out in the streets.
Yeah,
so.
never, ever, ever.
Yeah,
and he straight up like killed a dude and cut him up and got away with it because everybody was looking at this dude being like, ain't no way, that must have been self-defense. You gotta slice up a body and put it in bags and then drop it off in the ocean.
Well, what
for
else are you to
self-defense.
do? What
Look
else?
at that, like they in the first Jinx, they like straight up interview the jurors and they're like, nah, he just looked like a nice man. And it's just like, oh.
I'm not going to spoil anything because some of them come back.
Oh, yeah. Thank goodness.
But,
I'm stoked. Okay.
Shall we get into some spooky
Let's
stories?
get into the real spooky stuff.
I'm
not
gonna-
the Robert Durst spooky.
Yeah, that's a different kind of spooky. Extreme wealth, a different kind of spooky.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. This one is called Spooky Brazilian Stories.
Ooh, fun.
Hi, Marcy and Betsy. Love the pod. Thank you.
Thank you.
I got a few stories. I'll try to break them up to make them easier to read. I'm a first-gen Brazilian American and have always felt extremely in tune with the supernatural. My parents are hardcore evangelical Christians and taught me and my sister to fear everything spiritual that wasn't related to God because anything and everything could be a portal to a demonic presence. Even Pokemon cards, LOL.
Funny. Real quick with that, Mono sent me a video of, I don't know if this is, of these like very, very Christian ladies talking about, not wanting to go out when you've made plans, and that's the devil making you stay home. Like, if you're like, you made plans with someone and then you're like, I actually don't feel like going out. It's the devil that is making you not want to go. So you better go out or else you've succumbed to the devil's temptations of staying home.
God wants you to party.
God wants you to rage, dude. It was a very funny video.
That is such a funny train of thought. God wants you to party.
So wild. Yeah. Anyway, so sorry I interrupted.
No. They were really intense about it. My mom grew up extremely poor in Brazil with 12 siblings and would occasionally walk into voodoo offerings to get food. Wow.
Oh, my God.
Some voodoo practitioners in Brazil practice candomblé. Candomblé?
Oh, yummy.
Candomblé? Candomblé?
No.
I'm going to keep going around.
Yeah.
Which is a blend of Catholicism and Yoruban rituals. One day, she stumbled into an ofrenda celebration. I love a challenge. Hoping to get some food along with a few of her siblings. She claims that shortly after walking in, doors were locked as a ritual started. She watched a room full of adults become possessed with the spirits of children. Their voices
Nasty.
changed, many of them throwing tantrums and crying uncontrollably.
Ew.
She could not leave until the ritual was complete. Sounds kind of funny, but she maintains it's one of the most traumatic things she's ever experienced.
It doesn't sound funny one bit. It sounds horrific.
I would be so scared. As a kid, a hungry kid. I would be
Watching
so scared.
adults be like that. Ew.
That really,
Ew, that really,
it
really
makes my
got me.
chest tighten.
Yeah. That's, oh, goodness. Oh, God.
God.
Ew.
I'm from Massachusetts, and I've been used to living in old ass houses all of my life. I experienced my first haunting at the age of 6 when my sister and I both woke up at the exact same time in the dead of night, simultaneously choked by something.
No.
Sorry, being simultaneously choked by something. My parents had to split us up to calm us down. I slept in the bed with my mom, and my sister slept with my dad. In that same apartment, we each experienced spooky things separately that we never forgot. She would frequently see a man washing dishes at random times that would disappear. And I, on several occasions, could hear a couple arguing and would feel a super sad and dark vibe. The voices would fade in and out, and I could not really understand them, but would sometimes hear cries. I remember feeling sad.
Oh, man. They just do more dishes?
Yeah,
Just do
I
some
hope.
more dishes, everybody.
I truly hope that man actually was doing real dishes and not ghost dishes.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, you have to do some.
You
ghost
gotta
dishes.
do real dishes, please.
Yes, I'm behind. You gotta get me caught up.
You
Honestly,
gotta-
could the ghost sweep my floors because my cats track litter all over the house?
It's shedding season because the ghosts come in, maybe vacuum up the floors, maybe, I don't know, hit the couch a little bit with that vacuum.
I have a ghost called Roomba.
Yes. Oh, we have a ghost called Roomba. Yes, we do. We do.
Lastly, in my early 20s, I unfortunately got into an emotionally abusive and extremely volatile relationship. On many occasions over the course of that first year, my bed would shake violently in the middle of the night. I lived in 3 different places that year. It would randomly happen in all of those places. So I know whatever it was attached to me and not the location. It eventually stopped, but I never figured out what was causing it. In hindsight, I think it was my life. I think my life was just surrounded by darkness after letting this person into my life/space. I have recently heard people describing the exact same experience, and some people say this is how jinn try to get your attention. Nasty.
Ew.
This was long ASF. Thanks for reading, Rebecca. I don't think it was too long, Rebecca.
No, Rebecca. Jinn trying to get in. I guess when you're in a tough space, surrounded by a lot of rough energy.
Yeah.
It's a good time for entities to be like, all right, I'm coming.
Yeah. And, I've always heard that, I watched on Paranormal State when they had a medium on that.
Hey, that's some good bibliography right there.
When there is, mental health crises, like alcoholism, abuse, hoarding situation, all these things can kind of help foster an environment where demonic presence can thrive. So abusive situations, that would make sense that there is that kind of bad energy that it could,
right,
multiply and. Ugh.
Oh man. Oof. That's so. Oh man.
Well, but the mom having to experience a bunch of people being possessed by children.
Awful. That's gross. That's so freaky deaky.
Okay, Rebecca, your mom should have kept that to herself. I'm just kidding.
Rebecca, why would you dare share that with us?
I don't want to know about that stuff. Just kidding.
We didn't. That's something we don't want to. Just kidding. Just kidding. We love it.
What if we just started chastising people to be like, why would you tell anyone that? That sounds insane.
How nuts of we turned this podcast into a crazy skeptic, mean, awful podcast.
Yeah. Just being like,
Well,
sounds like you're stupid, dumb, and crazy.
there's your answer. Next.
Oh,
Also, if you guys could please keep sending in these emails, that would be great.
thank you. We hate you.
We hate you. Thank you. Okay, I got one. You ready?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to say again that
Oh.
like poor mom, and also
Oh.
I can't believe the children, her and her sister getting choked.
Dude. What the fuck,
It does
man?
seem like I don't want to say this because I don't want to. It could have followed mom.
Oh. Yeah. Huh?
Yeah. Or maybe just like being exposed to that kind of spiritualism at a young age, like making you more open to it.
Right. Thus your whole family kind of being open to it.
It's like they say, that you were inside your grandmother. So I know you hate that.
I know
you
don't
hate
like
that.
when they say that.
It's just biologically true, though, that like the
I
cells that
know.
make you up. So all to say is that like Rebecca was also present then,
Whoa.
and her sister.
Whoa.
It's weird.
Wow. Yeah, that is weird, man.
Very
That's
weird.
wild to think about.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Betsy brain broke.
Betsy's brain is broken. Cannot go on.
All right. Sorry that I said that.
Just kidding. No, it's so wild to think about. Yeah, it's intense. It's intense. We were in our grandma. Ugh, that sentence.
And that means everything bad that happened to her kind of happened to us.
It kind of did.
I
Shit.
got married at 15. Oh, man. There's like a really upsetting meme going around TikTok right now that's like, "Aw, grandma, you little victim."
Oh my God. Where it says like stuff about their grandma. And then,
Yeah, it's like it starts off with this like young woman being like, "Oh, grandma, you little victim," and then people will stitch it and tell the stories of like being like, "No one thought it was weird that my 15-year-old grandma married a 53-year-old man." Like,
dude. Oh my God.
and just like, oh yeah, people were like running wild with stuff like that. I
It
mean,
was-
if they could get away with it now, people would do the same shit though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh. Okay, I got it.
Give it.
I got one. It's called Haunted Airbnb.
Ooh, my favorite kind.
Love an Airbnb that's haunted. Hi, y'all. I have never had any major experiences with the paranormal, like actually seeing a ghost, but I have had some minor experiences and always felt pretty attuned to it.
Ooh.
There was the constant feeling of being watched in my friend's dorm in college, or hearing footsteps at my sister's house above her room when she lived in a one-story house. Ew.
Oh,
I
why
have
in the
never-
attic? No.
Yeah, what's happening? I've never had a desire to see any ghosts. The idea terrifies me. So I usually tell them politely to leave me alone when I'm at peace, where I'm having these oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I
Let me
was
start.
having that earlier.
I have never had a desire to see any ghosts. The idea terrifies me, so I usually tell them politely to leave me alone when I am in a place where I'm having these weird feelings. Smart.
Good.
Smart move. As I was listening to the podcast recently, I remembered that I did have a run-in with the paranormal not too long ago.
Well, would you look at that?
Nice, dude. My sister and I were spending a weekend in Asheville, North Carolina, as a side trip from a larger family vacation. That's like smart
Yes.
to be like, we're gonna break off and go do our own thing for a couple of days.
Yeah, because realistically, you could only be around your whole family for 4 days.
And that's
Pushing it.
push it.
Ooh, baby, baby.
Baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Get up on it. I love
Come
that
on,
song.
yo, baby, pop. Yeah, you. Come
You.
over here. Give me a kiss. Better make it faster, else I'm gonna get pissed. How long do we have before we have to pay them for this?
I think we nailed it. I think we got just enough. Perfect. My sister booked our Airbnb in their historic district right outside of the downtown area. It was a really nice place in the basement of the owner's home. There was a separate room with a door, a kitchen, and a large living room that included a bed next to the bathroom. Very cute! We decided that my sister would stay in the little room because she is a light sleeper, and I have been known to talk in my sleep or snore.
Talking in my sleep.
Talking.
I hear the secrets that you keep when you're talking in your sleep, when you close your eyes and you go to sleep.
Stop it. You're going to have to pay him.
That's it. We got it.
That was good. Who sings that? That's a good song.
It's from the 80s, so.
Yeah, I got that vibe. That's nice. I like to sleep with white noise, so I turned on the fan in the living room that was very loud. Halfway through the first night, my sister came out of the room and decided she wanted to sleep on the daybed in the living room because the little room was too quiet and a little stuffy. Both nights we were there, I had the hardest time staying asleep. I would fall asleep for a bit, but then wake up. I just had this feeling that something was in the room with me.
No.
I did not want to see what it was. So like most times, I told whatever was in this Airbnb to please leave me alone and that I didn't want to see it or hear it. I also heard some weird things both nights. I partially blamed the loud fan, but both nights I would hear what sounded like music and at other time church bells. Ew. This would be heard in the middle of the night around 2 or 3 a.m. One of the nights, I even mentioned the music to my sister, who was also struggling to sleep through the night, and she had no idea what I was talking about. I didn't mention anything to my sister about the weird feelings in order to not freak her out since we were staying there for 2 nights. Finally, once we left, got on the road with some coffee, my sister spoke up. That place was haunted, right? To which I responded with a totally. We then started sharing about the weird feeling of being watched and the noises I was hearing. My sister revealed that the real reason she left the little room the first night was because it felt like someone was standing next to her bed watching her. Oh, nasty.
Don't feel good about it.
She didn't want to say anything about it until we left the place in order to not freak me out, which I greatly appreciate.
That's a considerate.
I like this. Siblings taking care of each other, being like,
absolutely.
Let's not freak each other out. Let's do the right thing. Although I didn't see anything specifically, thank goodness, I cannot deny that cute little Airbnb was haunted and something was definitely keeping an eye on us. It felt very much like a female presence, and it never felt scary or malicious, but it was watching. Thank you for this great podcast. Even though I find paranormal stuff scary, I am also crazy fascinated by it, and I appreciate the conversations you two have and the theories you throw back and forth with your guest. You're the best, Q. Wow.
From Anon? From QAnon?
From QAnon.
Oh, and it says what the real name is in the email, so now I know who Q is.
We solved the problem. Okay.
Waking up to thinking someone is standing over you is so scary.
I don't ever want to feel that.
No. It's not for me.
I don't ever want to feel that.
It's not how I see my life going.
No.
I don't like that.
Let alone laying in bed.
Oh.
I don't ever want to feel that.
Yeah, just like also like your light sleeping sibling to come in, like sleep with you, a sleep talker, to be like,
Yeah,
I'll take
yeah, where
I'll
it's like,
take my chances with this chatterbox.
something is up.
I don't
You want to
like
sleep
it.
with me? I scream and kick and snore and everything else. Are you sure?
I'm gonna punch and bite in my sleep, so
Yeah,
I'll
get
put
ready.
that out there.
Wow. I wonder if they left a review on the Airbnb being like, really cute, a little spooky.
Or like what if they're well, I can't control this, but there should be guest books in places like this. That way you can read about people's experiences.
I know, that would be really fun.
Yeah.
You should be able to check. You
Yeah.
should be able to check on Airbnb, like check a box of like,
Oh, like a virtual guest book. Yeah.
I want to know if this is haunted.
Yeah.
Or yeah, I want to just see like what's up with this place.
Yeah. I think guest books are really fun because you can read about like what people did on their trip, depending on like what they like. People can get really involved in them. Like when I was a kid, I always
Right.
thought that was cool.
Right. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Virtual guest book.
Virtual.
Virtual. All right, I'm gonna play a listener story.
Yes.
Hey, Betsy and Marcy. Second time, long time. I sent in a story a couple of months ago that actually was on the episode with Christine and M from And That's Why We Drink. And I have a couple more stories that I wanted to share with you guys. I wanted to follow up. There was somebody mentioned, I can't remember if it was Em or Christine, that was like, okay, so like how much weed do you smoke? Because I mentioned like I wanted to get this off of my mind while it was fresh because I smoked a lot of weed. Still true, still smoke lots of weed. But this actually happened a couple of days ago. So I've always kind of had interesting dreams. I'll dream about something or a friend, something specific, and then, in a week's time or so, that will kind of make an appearance in my life. And I predicted my sister-in-law's pregnancy. I predicted my pregnancy. I predicted that a friend and I were going to have a falling out, and then a coming of back together with the same friend, 4 or 5 years later, which was really cool. That one was very, very cool. Well, all of them really, because I predicted my own pregnancy. Anyway, my dad and I have been no contact now for almost 2 years, and my brother and I are both kind of like, we don't really care what he does with his life. He's just doing him, we're doing us. But the other day, I had a dream that my dad was at my house. Now, the house that my husband and I live in, we actually bought from my dad, who he inherited this house whenever my grandparents passed away. So I live in now our family home. So I had this dream, and I don't really remember the context of the dream, just that my dad was there in this dream. And that already, I woke up and I was like, whoa, that's interesting. Now, that was on Friday, Black Friday, after Thanksgiving. I kind of figured that my dad would be coming into town, and I always fear seeing him. But Saturday morning, I needed something from the store, and so I ran to the store. I went to the Dollar General by my house and grabbed a couple of things, go to the gas station, put gas in my car, and then as I'm pulling out of the gas station, I was like, oh shit, I completely forgot this one random item that my kid had asked for. I'm going to run back across the street to the Dollar General, run in and get that item. And as soon as I walked in, I saw the back of my dad's head, and I was like, that's my dad. That's my dad. And I hid from him. But that's a whole nother story for a whole different podcast. But the moral to the story is that I can kind of see things when I'm dreaming, and I don't dream often. That's the thing. And I know that there are studies that show that smoking weed can have an effect on your dreaming. But that being said, I just don't dream very often. It's very sporadic. I feel like maybe a handful of times a year I will, at least remember a dream that has an impact, or like that something from that dream comes up, later on in my life. So yeah, this is probably the most chaotic story. So I'm going to leave it at that. I've said a million times. I love you guys. I love the podcast. I think I binged the entire podcast in a matter of like 3 months, just constantly, you guys, in my ear while my kids are screaming at me in the background. But I was listening to your podcast. Love you. Keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, kids.
You. Sorry, kids. We're smarter than you.
For now.
Maybe.
For now.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Honestly, probably not. I bet you do math way better than I do.
Yeah, I don't do it because guess what? You don't actually have to.
Calculators, dude.
I guess it's probably a smart idea to see who can do math, because I think they do need people who know. So it's like, it's a test to see if you can do it. But if
that's the thing.
Yeah, and if you can't, you should bow out and say, not
you
for
can't.
me.
Don't worry. And say that to your teachers. Hey, this is not for me, okay?
This is a sidetrack, but there should be more home economic classes where they actually teach economy at home, like how to run your household.
Whoa.
And actually how to clean stuff properly, too. Like it shouldn't just be like a one course that you take,
Right, where you like sew a pillow.
Yeah, no.
Or whatever.
You should literally learn more like every week, like how to prepare. Like it should be like cooking classes, cleaning classes. Like when you're gonna have to learn to do this one day. But
even just like how to drill something into a wall.
Yep, all of that. Yeah,
all of that stuff. How to do the little car stuff.
You mean take it to a place called AAA?
That's all I do now. I couldn't change a tire for the life of me.
I don't think they want civilians to do it. I don't think it's for us.
Okay, that's good, because I've never thought that. I got AAA. I'm ready with AAA.
Yeah, I don't think that's for us at all. No.
Okay, great. Done.
But Jazmine, how weird to have a dream about seeing your dad and then seeing your dad.
And then seeing your dad, who you don't want to see.
That feeling is so awful when you run into someone that you're like, nah, I don't want you.
Yeah, of like, I was just thinking of how much I don't want to see you. And now I'm seeing you. That is so wild, too, of like not dreaming, like never, only dreaming a little bit, and almost every time it being a something kind of premonition or something. Like that is wild, but also kind of nice to be like, rather than being like, I dream every night. Yeah. What's going to be a thing and what's not going to be a thing.
Yeah. I think I have heard that about like that THC can kind of dull down the dreaming.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've had some wild dreams stoned. I have wild dreams kind of every night, but there have been times where I, whoa, that was nuts. And I'm like, because I went to bed stoned.
Oh, yeah.
That's why.
Your brain functioning was on high.
Yeah. It was having a good time.
It was having a party.
It was partied. Whoa.
Yeah. Very weird.
That's got to be so wild to have premonitions and to just,
I've only had a couple, and they've been so minor and insignificant that they weren't like spooky at all.
Right. But they're still happening. That's pretty nuts.
Yeah. But it would be like, I had a premonition about a new coworker. That's not that important, but
Right.
I just got to hone it, baby.
Just got to hone it, man.
And a honey.
Just got to hone it, dude.
Okay, I'm going to read a new listener story.
Okay.
All right. This one is listener story, spooky or religious?
Uh-oh, both.
It says
Both spooky and religious.
It starts with feel free to use my name, Audra, she, her. Hi, Marcy and Betsy. I love you both and the pod. Let's get into it. Thank you.
Yay!
I don't have any huge spooky stories, so I wasn't sure if I should write in at first because they're not very exciting, but some stories are too spooky, so if someone wants something more chill, this may be their speed. That's fair.
Hey, I like that.
We gotta balance it out.
That's what life is all about. Balancing. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Important for the story. I am not religious. I am very agnostic. I'm not even committed enough to be an atheist.
Yeah, I get that.
So I kind of like to pick up spiritual things where it suits me. Something that has always been in my life is the spiritual presence of animals.
Oh.
The only ghost that I think I've ever seen was the ghost of my first cat. Her name was Meow, stalking across the yard. Now, could it have been an actual cat in the dark? Sure, but that's less fun.
Cute.
And when I meowed, she meowed back. She answered, meow, meow. I think a lot of people are aware of the idea of cardinals, the bird, representing the spirits of loved ones who have passed. For my grandma, they were her favorite bird, so it feels extra meaningful and specific to her memory. In the new place where we moved, I see a ton of cardinals all the time, and that feels very special.
Oh.
One experience I did have that is maybe why I hold on to a little bit of spiritual belief happened to me at a church retreat in 7th or 8th grade. There were maybe 100+ kids in this big room seated in rows, and I was seated at the very back, so there were no chairs or people behind me. They shut off the lights, and we were all supposed to pray or think hard about God or whatever.
That's a bunch of like hungover counselor, like high school, being like, let's just like, I don't know, turn the lights off and have them think about God, and we'll just sit here in like the cold dark and kind of feel a little better.
Hey man, dark church, let's go.
Dark church.
Galactic churching, where they have like glow sticks and stuff.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
I was internally rolling my eyes about it, but after a few minutes, I felt a presence behind me and a weight on my shoulders, like someone had placed a reassuring hand there. It wasn't as, quote, solid, end quote, a presence as a human, but it definitely had weight to it.
What?
Oh, there's another story, but that is...
Oh, that is weird. And I like how they're still like,
I feel like Jesus was standing behind them.
Yeah, maybe it was Jeebus. No.
Maybe that was
That's
Jeebus.
wild.
Yeah. Or in the dark, it was a creepy counselor
Hungover
dude.
counselor dude.
Oh man, that would have. But it felt not. It didn't seem like it felt malevolent, right?
Yeah. It seemed like it was more of just like, hey, here we are.
Here we are.
Okay.
I would be like, just lean a little, dig into the shoulders a little bit.
Yeah, well, you just like, oh, maybe hit that right one up. I was playing some softball and it's a little sore.
Thought you were gonna say I was playing the bass really hard. I was
playing the bass so hard, and now my like whole right shoulder is so sore.
I was slapping the bass pretty hard just now.
I was taking it for a little walk. Boom, 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 boom.
Okay, those stories all had a vaguely religious theme, but this story is just a tangent. Welcome, you're in the right place.
Dude, we love a tangent.
I would say if I had any spooky interactions, it's more common for me to feel the presence of something rather than actually see it. I will hear bumps and feel like I'm not totally alone in my condo, which we bought from the estate of someone who died.
Oop.
I don't know where he died, but just to be safe, if he is haunting the condo, I'll say, hey, Sam, just came back to get my sunglasses. If you're cool,
Aww.
I'm cool.
That's nice.
I once stayed the night at the Molly Pitcher Inn, which is in Red Bank, New Jersey. Built in 1928, it sits a few miles inland on a river that empties into the Atlantic Ocean. Classic East Coast spooky territory. I was staying at the top of the inn. Basements and attics are the most creepy part of a building.
Yeah.
Agreed. And had definitely enjoyed a special gummy candy before going to bed. So,
hey, okay, we got a little bit of a theme going in this episode.
So it could have been that, but as I lay down to sleep, I felt a dark presence hovering above me in the top corner of the room. And the room got hotter and hotter, which seems like a weird thing for a ghost to do. All right, that's all my little weirdo stories. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.
Wow, spooky.
Very
I'm looking at the
spooky.
Molly Pitcher Inn. It's beautiful and looks spooky.
Oh, I gotta
dude.
Google Molly Pitcher.
Molly Pitcher was a heroic woman during the American Revolution. She played a key role in the Battle of Monmouth, which took place in Freehold, New Jersey. She's best known for carrying pitchers of water to the soldiers during that battle.
Oh.
Molly Pitcher's birth name was Molly Ludwig, but the soldiers on the battlefield referred to her by the nickname they had given her. Wow.
Oh. Molly.
She not only carried water
Get
to
it?
them, but
Pitcher. Water. Oh.
Oh, yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah, picture
Hell
of
yeah,
a picture of water. It's really mean to not just give them actual water and just show them a picture of it. That's fucked up, Molly. Molly, you fucked up.
That was such a like 5th grade boy thing. I'm just like, why would she show him just a picture of water, huh? And just like the teacher being like, yeah, Graham, really funny, dude.
And Graham being like, no, but for real, why?
We're talking about a picture, not a picture.
I heard you, a pitcher of water. She took a picture of water and showed it to him.
Water.
I'm just saying, that woman was messed up. That shouldn't have made me laugh as much as it did.
No, it got me real good, Marcy. It got me real good. Okay, I got one. You ready?
Yes.
Astral projection story. Hi, Marcy and Betsy. My name's Orlando. I've been a long-time listener, and this is my first time sending in a story. Nice.
Thank you. And everyone, let's all have our first time.
Yeah. Let's all have our first time sending in a story, please.
And truly, we always need some more voice memos. Please get in here. Get in the game. Get in the mix.
Come on. Oh, yeah. Come on. So this happened a couple of nights ago. I was lying in my bed when all of a sudden I felt like I was floating out of my body. Whoa. Oh my God. I looked down at my hands, which were fully transparent, and then I proceeded to fly around my room and out my window. When I flew out my window, I decided to fly up a bit further and look around my area. It was like my neighborhood, but wasn't some parts where houses should be were replaced by forest and some by lakes. I've heard other people describe this as different times bleeding into this one.
Oh,
that would make sense.
Yes.
Like Back to the Future when he goes to his little lion's suburb, but it's not there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It's changed. It's all
It's
changed.
changed. While I was out there, I saw different beings. Like there was one person who had half the body of a snake and the other half was a pigeon head. What?
Ew. A pigeon?
Yeah, half a body of a snake and the other half was a pigeon head. So a snake with a pigeon head?
That made the top of my stomach hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, the top of it where it's like,
Where the
what's
real
left in here? Let's get it out of us, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, after 5 minutes or so, I suddenly flew back into my body. I can't wait to have another one of these experiences. If you do, you gotta hit us up and let us know.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Listening from Melbourne, Australia, from Orlando. P.S. I think that story about the dad in the New York warehouse was astral projection. I'm trying to remember that one.
Boy, you know I don't have it on the tip of my brain.
No.
Boy, let me tell you.
neither.
Boy, let me tell you about my memory. It's very bad.
Yeah, it's very bad. It is getting worse.
Yeah, I'm not doing myself any favors.
Wow, astral projection seems so wild.
And that, like, to this other, like, world, too.
Yes. Yeah.
What, like, a cool way to do it, though. Like, some other, like...
That is really rad of like, I recognize this area, but it's different enough. Ooh, and then seeing little creatures. Where it's like, was that like the future or was that the past? Was there like little snakes with pigeon heads on them?
Would you call them Snigeons?
Snigeons!
Little Snigeons.
You little Snigeons.
You better not snidging on me. Like
That's so wild. I'm like picturing it and it's grossing me out.
Really, honestly, we have not treated pigeons fairly, or snakes possibly. You know, pigeons are all domesticated birds that someone just let go, and then they barely can survive in the wild.
I learned that. I feel I recently learned that. I was like, what?
Betsy and I are both kind of afraid of birds. I think
not a big fan.
I've loosened up my fear, and there are some birds that I like. I really like crows a lot.
That is so wild to me that you do. But good. I'm glad. I'm glad you do.
I respect them, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel bad for any animal. Like, there's not an animal that I wouldn't feel bad about harm coming to it. Like, all of them, I'm like, well, that's sad.
Even a nasty, like, snake?
Yeah.
I guess.
They can't help it that they're of the devil.
I guess you're right. Yeah, they can't help it. That
wasn't
devils
their choice to be of the devil.
That's fair.
They would have loved to have not been. They would have. I'm sure every snake would be like, I would love to be a cute, cuddly animal. However, I am a snake.
I went on a hike a couple of days ago, and I saw a bunch of little rabbits.
Oh, little rabbits.
Little rabbits. Isn't that cute?
Aww.
It was delightful.
And they're bunnies, not hares, right? Because you can tell the difference between a hare because they have like really long ears, right?
Right. I think so. Yeah, these were like definitely like
baby bunnies,
little with little fluffy white tails.
Oh my! I've found a baby bunny before.
Cute.
It didn't turn out great.
Well,
actually, it was my friend found one on Hollywood Boulevard.
Whoa. Wait, did it feel like it was somebody had it as a pet?
She thought that at first, but I think it's probably more likely that like maybe a bird or something else like had
grabbed it and then dropped it.
Yeah. It was like it didn't end up great, but she cared for it as best she could until because she found it at night and then had to was trying to find like a vet to take it to, and then by the morning he had passed.
It didn't make it.
But was safe and warm.
Yeah. I honestly probably a great way to go.
Yeah.
Versus Hollywood Boulevard.
I mean truly.
Unless that rabbit went into Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
Could have had a good time there.
Yeah.
Playing some Basketball Connect 4, come on.
Do little Space Jams.
Come on.
Yeah. Shall we listen to a listener story?
Yes. Okay. Yes, we shall.
Hello. Hi, Marcy. Hi, Betsy. I have been a fan since day one. Love both of y'all's work, and I have so many stories to share, but I'm going to start with one that is a little bit on the shorter side. Um, so my husband and I have been together for about a decade, but unfortunately, my husband's mom passed away when he was 16. So I never got to have the pleasure of having her in my life. And she is someone that, we talk about a lot. We definitely still have a lot of love. I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm crying. I cried the first time when I tried to record this. Um, so during this moment when this happened, it was during a time that our daughter was still sleeping in our room, and she had her own little bed in the corner, but pretty much just about every night she would end up getting back in our bed. So I was very used to kind of just like not even opening my eyes and just kind of like throwing my arms out, picking her up, putting her in bed, and just all of us going back to sleep. So one night I feel the sensation of someone essentially just kind of like standing next to me while I'm sleeping. And since it was such a norm, I just kind of put my arms out without even opening my eyes. And after a couple seconds, I, realized that like nothing is getting in my arms. So I open my eyes and I, kind of like sit up a little bit, and I see that next to me, literally maybe not even like a full foot away from me, is a silhouette of a woman made out of swirling smoke. And I wish I could better describe just what this looked like, but it was literally just like a silhouette of a woman with her arms out, almost in a way of like the way someone looks like when they're kind of like leaning into a hug, or they're like going in to give you like a big hug. And I just see all these like beautiful swirls, and it was like a thicker smoke. Like there was like just no kind of denying that there was like something next to me. And I will say that like I have had a lot of experiences, and I can almost kind of like have like this feeling of like if it's something negative or not. While every time it does feel a little scary that I have an experience, um, when it's situations like this, it feels more like just a little like jarring, because like my brain is almost just trying to like make sense of something that shouldn't make sense. So when I see the silhouette of this woman with her arms out, made out of swirling smoke, and I realize that I'm not dreaming, I started to scream, and I was in a little bit of a panic. Um, and my husband woke up, and he quickly, kind of like, just kind of like, made me feel better. And, he kind of like just made me go back to sleep essentially. Um, and the next morning, when we were having breakfast together, he tells me that when I woke him up from my screams, that he was having a dream of hanging out with his mom. And when he said that, it made me realize that that was her next to me. And after that, like, it just made everything kind of like click, where it just kind of like felt like she was trying to have like a connection with me in some way. And that's not the first time that I have felt that she was trying to have a connection with me. When I was pregnant, I was, because he still has the house that he grew up in, his brother now lives in, but during that time, him and his brother were living together. And I was taking a nap in the room that his mother used to sleep in. and him and I were cuddling, and he was, holding my big pregnant belly, and her drapes had these tassels on them, and just one single tassel was splitting and then falling together and splitting and falling together. And I remember watching this tassel just split and then fall together and split and fall together. And just thinking that it was so strange, but like I felt such warmth and just like sense of love seeing this, like being, held by him and watching this, that like it really did kind of feel like she was watching over us. And now I look back fondly at both of those moments. At both of those moments of just still getting to have that connection with her. I'm very sorry that I started to get teary-eyed, but I hope you guys enjoy these stories.
That's so beautiful. It sounds like your husband's mom is really a part of your lives still.
Yes, which is so nice.
So beautiful. Oh my God.
Wow. That
incredible.
Is just,
like having,
it really is.
Yeah, like you kind of seeing her while your husband's dreaming of her. Like she was there.
She was there, dude. Oh, that's so nice.
And like the apparition kind of becoming in form through like the swirling smoke.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Of like going in for a hug.
That's nice.
That's so nice.
Also, we couldn't see you crying, so you don't have to apologize for your eyes tearing up. We don't even know that part. Who cares? Yeah, we never. Betsy,
we don't care.
Cries throughout this entire podcast.
Yeah, you didn't know that, everybody?
I'm crying constantly.
I cry constantly during this. I will say earlier today, fuck, what was I? I was watching like Golden Girls, and I just started tearing up. It's such a good show.
Was it a sentimental episode, or just that you were like, I love this?
Kind of both, just like, oh my God, this is such a good show, and the message is so good.
Aww.
I've been having a week of that, of just kind of like tearing up.
Yeah, you could be. I feel like I really knew that my medication and therapy was working when I could easily get in touch with those feelings quickly without them hanging over me for a long time.
And it being a big deal. Yes.
But to like access them immediately. And I was like, oh, this is such a different feeling to be sad immediately or happy or touched or whatever.
Yes.
And then but it doesn't hold you forever. Like to have that quick,
Yeah, it's nice.
Access. Yeah.
It's nice.
What a lovely story. I think we have
time
really
beautiful
for me to read one more.
Okay.
This is Many Stories to Tell.
Ooh.
Love, 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 in all caps, your podcast.
Thank you.
Just started listening recently and binging when I can. I have countless stories I could share with you. I have several people in my family that have the gift of sight, and my sister is very efficient in seeing them, and my mother is very accepting of that, whereas growing up she wasn't so accepting of it towards me. What?
Oh.
She said it's because, unlike my sister, I would see things all the time and say things that would creep her out.
Fair enough. Wow.
Okay. She told me that when I was 3 years old, she caught me dancing in the living room, like they used to do back in the old times in the 1800s.
Oh, I was thinking like the 60s or something. Like Mad Men style of like.
Yeah, like They were doing a foxtrot or
A
something.
doobie doobie doo, that thing. Like,
She had asked me where I learned to dance like that, as she had never taught me to dance, and we did not have any television in our home where I could pick that up. I think the late 70s, early 80s. We didn't get a television until the mid 80s. I told her that my mom had taught me how to dance, and she replied back that she'd never taught me to dance. And that's when I told her now my other mom from a different time, and she responded back that she was the only mother and that they were no longer going to talk about it.
I am the only mother, and we will not talk about it anymore. Okay?
Pardon me, I'm mommy and no other mommy exists.
Okay, that's not what other mommy said,
Okay.
but whatever.
Another time when I was around 6 years old, I remember waking up in the middle of the night to hear a scratching sound. I strained my ears to find the source of the sound and realized it was coming from my Fisher-Price record player on the far wall by the door of the room. As I looked closer into the darkness, I saw a dark shadow that stood out against the room. It reminds me now of the ghosts that you would see in the Pac-Man arcade games. No silhouette, just a form that looked like a blanket was covering itself and wearing a boiler hat.
Whoa.
So weird. As I kept staring at it while it was trying to play a record, it stopped and I guess noticed that I was there and slowly turned to look at my way. It had no face, just two huge sockets where eyes would have been.
Ew.
And it stared at me for just a moment before trying to play the record again. At the time, I was sleeping with my mother in the bedroom, and I attempted to wake her up to tell her what I was seeing. She just kept telling me over and over again that it was just a dream and to go back to sleep, but I knew what I saw. And I was like, other mom would have appreciated it.
Yeah, other mom would have loved to see what I'm seeing.
Yeah, let me tell
Come
you.
on. I'm the only mommy.
Go back to bed.
Please go to sleep.
When I was stationed in Illinois at a National Naval Medical Center in the Great Lakes, I was working on the 5th floor of a psych unit. We were the only people on that floor, and 3 wings were of use. The north wing were set for offices. The south wing was empty, only used as storage, and the east wing was where we had our unit. We were able to take the patients outside to the open space of the building on that floor, which was caged by a metal fence and metal chain link roof. That was to ensure that no one could try and hurt themselves. That open space ran adjacent to the south wing, which had windows and a door that you could look in. Once we had the patients out for a breath of fresh air, when someone had screamed, and we sat beside her to calm her down and ask her what she had seen. She said there was a man standing at the door looking out from the south wing at her. We ran inside the building to unlock the south wing to see if there was an intruder, but no one was there. That wasn't the only experience that we had with that wing. On a routine check, we had unlocked the wing to do an inspection, and as we walked into where the shower room was, the water had turned on by itself. The way to turn on the water in this room is to unlock a panel where the nozzle was to turn the water. We had to open the panel to turn off the water, and we quickly left. The other occasion, a commander kept coming up to the 5th floor, demanding who was calling him from the south wing, making weird noises and hanging up on him.
Ew.
We assured him that no one was prank calling him and all the staff was accounted for on the east wing. After the 4th time coming up, he demanded for us to unlock the south wing and check the phones. There was only one phone on that wing at the old nurse station. It was unplugged, and as the dust on the phone could tell you, unused. He never came back up again.
Whoa. South wing.
Whoa.
Super haunted. That's fun. That's like classic.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. I was dating this girl in the early 2000s for a year before I moved in with her and her mom in Austin. There's so many. There's more to come, Bessie. These are just so many good stories. Yeah.
Fun. What a wild life.
What a wild life. Yes.
What a wild life, man. Okay.
I moved in with her and her mom in Austin. I remember one night waking up because something was messing with my big toe. Scary stories to tell in the dark.
On.
As I slowly awoke, I thought to myself, surely nothing is messing with my toe. And maybe it's just a piece of hair that got wrapped around my toe. Honestly, that made me feel sick.
Give me a ghost, dude.
Yeah, I'd rather a ghost tickle in my toe than for a tourniquet of my own hair.
A tourniquet. Oh my God.
And it's unconscious. Yeah, so maybe it's just a piece of hair wrapped around my toe, and it's unconsciously trying to take it off. I laid still just to make sure. After a few moments, my toe moved again on its own. Ew, like a.
Oh my God.
There was a light pressure to my toe as someone was holding it and moving it back and forth. So I laid there and told the person, or whomever it was, hey, I acknowledge that you were here, but I'm trying to sleep, so please leave me alone. Nothing else occurred the rest of the night. The next morning, I told my girlfriend what had happened. She immediately started crying, and for a second, I thought it was because she thought I was a crazy person who sees things. Through her sobs, I heard her say, sister. After a few moments, she calmed herself down and explained to me that her sister, who had passed away 4 years prior, had lived in that house with her and her mom and used to wake her up that way. On a different day, she and her mom decided to go into town shopping. I was left at the house by myself and decided to do some outdoor maintenance around the house. I was digging in the backyard when I had a sudden sense that somebody was staring at me. So I looked up towards the house, and in the back screen doorway saw a woman staring back at me.
Oh my God.
I looked around the house to see if they had returned, and no car was in the driveway. When I looked back towards the door, the woman was no longer there. When my girlfriend came home, I told her about the woman that was standing in the doorway. I described her height, her look, her hair, the clothes she was wearing, and she said she sounded like her sister.
Oh.
I told her to ask her sister to stop stalking me.
Yeah.
On another day, I was in the room by myself while my girlfriend was making dinner, and I was sitting on the corner of the bed watching TV when all of a sudden I felt a hand on my shoulder as if somebody was behind me. I turned to look and no one was there. It was the first time I'd raised my voice into the air telling whatever it was to leave me alone. Good for you.
Yeah. Sorry, sister.
Sorry, sister.
Leave me alone, sister.
Sister, mind your business. I have lived in an apartment in San Marcos in Texas. It was reasonably priced, and I decided to sign the contract before I even looked inside the apartment.
Wow.
That's
bold.
True bravery. Yeah.
That's bold.
Yeah. They had models of each apartment tier that you would want to live in, and you will choose based on those. So I got the key to my apartment, walked in, and decided to hold off moving my stuff in as my apartment was infested with roaches.
Oh, man.
This is funny. Think Joe's Apartment, the movie? Yes. Oh, well, they were singing and hanging out with you, though.
Oh, so they were like having fun smoking cigarettes and stuff, right? Come on.
Jerry O'Connell, right? Is that
Yeah. Delightful.
Yeah. I was finally able to clear out the infestation after a week and started moving stuff into the building. I felt very uncomfortable in the living room space the entire time I was there. I figured maybe there might be an entity there, but didn't want to think anything further as I lived there by myself. One Thanksgiving, my sightseeing sister, I like that, sightseeing sister.
I like that too.
Came to visit. She told me that I had a roommate and that that was there, and I told her not to tell me anything about it. I didn't want to know. At that time, I was working a job where I was putting in almost 18-hour shifts. When I got to work, I would immediately, when I got off work, I would go immediately home and start baking When I got off work, I went immediately home and started to baking to prep for Thanksgiving Day. My sister and her husband were asleep in my spare room. The kitchen area was kind of closed off, where you had the bar area separating the kitchen area from the dining room and the living room. I was pulling out a tray of cookies from the oven and turned towards the sink, looking out of the bar area, when I saw a black man standing on the opposite side. He was about 5'8", which is intimidating to my 5'2" stature. He was wearing a sweater from the 80s, something that Bill Cosby would wear on The Cosby Show.
Whoa.
His face was void of any emotion. I quickly turned away in a panic, put the tray on the stove, looked back, and he was gone, and I decided it was time that I went to bed as I was completely exhausted and seeing things. The next day, I pulled my sister aside and described the ghost to her, and she confirmed that was my roommate, and he hangs out in the living room area.
Whoa.
I ended up buying a smaller TV to put in my bedroom for the rest of the time I was there.
yeah.
All right. I woke up from a deep sleep while I woke up from a deep sleep. My girlfriend asked if I slept okay. I told her, yeah, and asked her why she asked me. She said that while I went to bed early, she stayed up to play on her phone when she noticed someone standing in the doorway staring in. She said it was an older woman wearing a muumuu. She had thick glasses, short black hair, and she had her eyes looking at me while I was sleeping. She came into the room and started walking towards my side of the bed. I asked her if she tried to interact with it, and she said, hell no. She said she was scared, and since the ghost or whatever it was walking towards me, she was just going to leave it be. She said, you can take care of yourself.
Yeah. You leave me alone. Take whatever you figure it out. You figure it out.
Have fun, honey. Blah, 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 blah. She's leave it be. She ended up covering herself with a blanket so she wouldn't see what was happening. I was like, oh, great. You're just going to let this thing kill me or do whatever it was going to do to me and not give a care in the world. Her response was, nope, it's in God's hands.
Funny and yep. Funny. Oh my God.
While we laughed about it, I pulled out some pictures and showed her one. Is this the person you saw? It was a picture I took with my grandmother before she died about 9 years prior. Whoa. She gasped and she recognized the person. It was her. About a week after, my girlfriend and I were making out on the bed, fully clothed. This is PG, I promise.
Yeah.
I had one.
What if it got like crazy graphic?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Like, well, I don't want to not read it. It would be rude.
You have to read it.
And I just start like sweating on the Zoom. Like,
yeah, we're both like, oh my goodness.
I had one arm holding up her head on the pillow and the other one on her thigh. This is getting that way. She had one hand.
Steamy, man.
She had one hand through my hand and one hand on my back. We were kissing for quite a while.
Okay, we get it. Shit.
When I suddenly stopped because I felt a slap on my butt and a whisper in my ear saying cochina, which basically means dirty in English. I was trying to rationalize the situation when my GF asked me what was wrong. I asked her if she moved her hand that was on my back to smack me, and she denied it. Of course she denied it. I clearly felt her hand on my back the whole time. Then it dawned on me that it might be my grandmother visiting. She was the only person who called me cochina throughout my life. So we stopped. Talk about cock blocking.
Wow.
Oh my God. There are more to share, I promise. Ask me about what happened during a visit to St. Augustine, Florida. That was probably the scaredest I've ever been. Thanks, Kristiano.
What? You gotta tell us. You need to tell us.
Yes. Oh my God.
I can't believe your life. That's so wild.
Oh,
man.
Just
surrounded by ghosts.
And you've done so much. Like, lived all over. Like, well, I assume these seem like different places. Yeah. Wow. Awesome. Yeah.
I wonder with the like in the apartment with the dude with the Cosby sweater, like with sister coming and like kind of making connections with Cosby sweater guy.
Yeah.
I wonder if then that spirit felt like, well, I'm going to show myself to this person.
Yeah.
Because they know of me, but they don't know of me.
Yeah, I am the roommate, so
this
might
is me.
as well.
I'm your roommate. Wow.
That's wild. What a bunch of great stories.
Really awesome stories. Like every single one. Oh, What a true delight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
And keep sending us more stories. These were incredible.
They were incredible. Thank you. Yeah, keep them coming. We love them. Hey, don't worry. We're getting some guests. We're doing it all.
We're doing it all these days, aren't we?
We're really doing it all.
Yeah. What can't we do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Math.
The world is our oyster.
The world our oyster.
Yeah,
thank you all
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yeah, and send us more stories. We need them.
Yay, it's almost Halloween.
Basically, yes.
Yes.
Bye.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to A Funny Feeling.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to share, please send us a voice memo, or you can email us just a letter at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. I'm Marcy.
I'm Betsy, and don't shit your pants.
That was a HeadGum podcast.